So I want you guys to check out this video clip and tell me if you believe that they're this ignorant to their own history. And I'm going to come in and do a little correcting of the history myself. But check this out.
People built their cities. Who burnt them shits down? Who burnt
Yeah,
them down?
Nat.
Not only were they committing unbelievable amounts of financial terrorism towards Black Americans, not only were they burning their towns down, they were burning their own towns down. They were burning whole sections of their whole town just to get to a Negro in jail to lynch him before his day in court. They wouldn't even allow him to get to his day in court. They would literally raid these jails. They would literally raid these jails, literally threaten their own people. If you don't turn over that black man in that jail, you're going with him. It's either you or him. I'm going to show you many articles and occasions of this. Here's a article I've shared several times before, and this one TikTok really doesn't like and gets upset by me sharing. It's a pretty brutal, awful article that details an assault on the Negro part of town, on the black part of town, and a white mob were brutally beating women, old women, anybody they can see in the streets. It was a riot. But the above portion goes to show that they were burning their towns down, that they were burning their own people, that they were chasing their own people as well. If the sheriff even dared to say, listen, I can't let you guys just come in here and lynch him and do what you guys always do. He has to see his day in court. This has to change. We have to have law. We have to have justice. We have to be able to do our jobs, even though the police were most likely going to fabricate all evidence against him and just make pretty much beat him in the back until he confessed to his crime. But this just goes to show again that these people were out of control. A mob attacked Norman at the polls at Ocoee, beat him severely, and demanded that he go home. Not satisfied with this, evidence shows that a mob formed in larger numbers. They went to the colored settlement and set fire to it, cremating all of the colored. They went to the colored settlement, set fire to it, cremating all of the colored men, women, and children who were in the buildings. 18 homes, 18 homes, 2 churches, 1 schoolhouse, and a lodge hall were all burned down. Again, they can't even argue that you're guilty. So many of these men did not see their day in court. So many of these men died while being tied up, swearing they didn't do it. I've read stories where they would start praying, where they would start singing Negro spirituals while they're being tied up and about to be burned. Some of them would be screaming and praying while they were being burned alive, and a crowd of 1,000 white people are watching. It's a ritual. And as you see here, down at the bottom, they raid the jails. I'm giving you small, little examples, not even big examples of when they got to the towns. These are descendants of Cabbage Patch Kids. These are soulless Cabbage Patch Kids. They needed to get the job done. They needed to fulfill prophecy, and they needed to clear the Negro off and put him fully under the curses of Deuteronomy, cutting him off financially, cutting his family apart, cutting him off from his spiritual power, his capital G God. You replaced it with Christianity. You guys cut him off uh, entertainment wise, meaning the sports leagues and the music industries. You guys made sure to cut off. And if he was going to be doing that, he's going to be doing it through your leagues, through your entertainment industries. We all know why you did this. We all know why you guys play dumb when we bring up what you guys did to us. We all know why you deflect and try to make it seem as though everybody went through hard things. We all know why everybody goes out of their way to disregard what was done to us and what we've done for you. That's a curse of Deuteronomy. It says that your enemies, these nations of people, will hold in no regard what you have done for them and what they've done for you. They will act like nothing ever happened. Look at this. Look at this. The riot, a whole entire riot started. Burning of buildings. It's not a riot. It's not just something where it's just people jumping up and down in one place. They're breaking things. They're jumping on cars, smashing windows, smashing store windows, going down to the town square, effing things up. A whole riot was started in Beaumont over the false criminal attack of a white woman. Anonymous letter is received by Mayor of Archer saying if the Negro sentenced to die Friday are not released, the town will be burned. Feeling is high. Like I said, they don't even wait for you to get your day in court. And if you did get your day in court, we all know it was most likely a kangaroo court. They wanted to hand you over from the second they got you because they knew there was going to be a mob forming, screaming your name. And if they were not handed over to this mob, they were next. These savages were even going to lynch their own mayors. Governor risked life before lynch mob. Not only did they not care about burning down towns, because most of these towns they did not build. Many of these people that came over here were vagabonds. They were not the best. They were not the brightest, especially down south. And we can read many articles by their northern white counterparts that would insult them constantly about this, calling them disgraceful, calling them even below the black man that they're attempting to torture and harass all the time. Like, you're going to see it. Let me show you an article real quick. Now, this right here is a great article written by a Caucasian on Anglo-Saxon savages, and he goes through constantly pointing out the egregious hypocrisies of the quote-unquote superior white race. Great article that talks about the fabricated stories of white men and women in the South. It seems as though they desire something of black men more than black men actually were desiring of them. I got you guys. Their stories need to be brought out. Article after article proclaiming the innocence of the Negroes that have been lynched. Not one trial, hardly any guilty verdicts, and the ones that were are questionable, and many accusations. The black man was shot and hung for murdering a policeman. The mob then turned their attention to the innocent Negro residents and burned their homes. And I'm going to read from some more stories I've been meaning to. I'm sorry, from the book Mississippi Black Papers. A lot of more stories need to be told from that book. And essentially, it correlates to the policing of Mississippi and the policing in the South. Essentially, they would make up whatever they want. If a black man was put into handcuffs and put into the back of a police car, you were unbelievably lucky in those times to see him come back. You were unbelievably lucky. They say black people are lazy, black people don't like to work, black people don't like to get jobs. When black people try to historically get jobs, in this case, as a group of black miners were being led to do, they blew up part of the building that the black people were supposed to be staying in and essentially fired on the crowd of new workers. Yeah.